But also, I had Saeki's sick knee slide written down too.
Dude,
Live.
Yeah, that was a sick knee slide.
let's talk about that for a second, just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Psyche might be my biggest complaint of the whole show, unfortunately, just because we should have gotten a scene with him either having been on the plan or being told of the plan and by Tornaga, or there should have been some more disputes when the battle of the five armies, I'm stealing that from Lord of the Rings, happens like way in the future, because Psyche's army would have been there and he would have not fallen for the same. I mean, when the whole idea was that Ishido was going to lose the support of the heir's army, which happens in this scene, or I mean, they talk about the heir's army in this scene, and that was going to
Right.
convince all the other councilmen to pull back. But why would Psyche? I feel like he was his own entity almost more than just being an appendage of the council, and it just felt like he might have been the most underused character of the show. And I don't know, maybe talk
Yeah.
me out of it.
Well, it's a shame because Psyche was so good in what he was given in his main episode.
Yeah.
The question here is, like you said, Luke, did he know the plan and was he ready to deliver that letter knowing that at some point Mariko was going to die? And oh, here it comes. Mariko dies. Let's go. And
Right.
then here's the letter. It's already ready. It's already written. This is what's next. He could have been part of the plan and done that, or it's just that the letter came to him as part of the plan and he didn't know. Again, it's tough because I'm sure many people will say, why do we care so much? But I think that giving him a full episode and making us like him that much, I would have liked to know his motivation a little bit more. I would have liked to know
Right.
if he was on this side or this side. You know, he
Mhm.
they gave him a lot in the one episode where you're like, all right, this is going to be an antagonist, or if he's on the side, one of our homies. But then he became background noise in the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the episodes.
Yeah, yeah, and
I wouldn't have been upset if they like I was calling for him to be on our side and him to flip, but even if he didn't do that, as long as they gave us a conversation, like how is he just going to go back to normal with his brother? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. Why are these two not like having this family like rivalry now? Like there needs to be
mhm.
some implications of this. I just wanted a single conversation, either a flashback of him being in on the plan or current timeline where he just apologizes to Toranaga or like somehow agrees to be in on the plan with him. Just something. That's
Yeah.
like my
No,
biggest complaint, and I'm happy we're getting it out of the way because I really won't say another negative thing probably for the rest of this episode.
I
Yeah.
agree. It would have been cool to see Saeki and Tornaga have a conversation, or at least
Mm-hmm.
see their first interaction. Exactly what you guys are saying. I think he just was doing what he could to get his legacy, right? And when he had that spa scene with Nagakato and Omi, I think whatever he was saying there was pretty much the most transparent he was being to who he actually is. That's just a guess, assuming he wasn't with Tornaga and he really was just trying to gain land and become the ruler of a certain fiefdom or something, or more fiefdoms because he was already ruler of one. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
um, I think, yeah, he was just transparent. And there's a chance that I see Toranaga, like, their first interaction, Saki's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like, no hard feelings, right? It wasn't personal, it's just business." And Toranaga being like, "Yeah, no worries. Let's go. Let's go for peace. Let's
Well, I
stall
mean,
a
that's the
dream."
thing. We get a scene where Toranaga is like cool with Yabu. I mean, he knows who
Mm-hmm.
Yabu is. He understands who Yabu is, and he calls him a POS basically when he sends him to death. But when they have their scene at the end, which is one of the most important scenes in the entire series, it's not like Toranaga really is like, "You suck, bro. I hate you." He
Mm-hmm.
understands who he is, and like you said, Paul, he wants peace. I feel like he easily could have just been like, all right, I understand, Psyche, we're good. Just be good. Don't freaking throw down with me. Understand I'm the Shogun and this is it.
But I wanted to
And
see
we'll have
that.
peace. Yeah, no, I understand. I definitely
Yeah,
understand that.
and then everything would have been fine. But either way, he is background noise for the rest of this episode. So if there's any other Psyche takes you want to throw out there,
Yeah.
now's the time because we're not going to probably talk about him again.